I got a good one for y'all today. Now, this is like 3 weeks old. It's actually like 8 years old, but it's keep on popping up. So there's a guy in Britain. Omar, I'm trying to record a YouTube. So this guy allegedly back in 2013 had 75 Bitcoin with 7,500 Bitcoin on his hard drive, and he ended up throwing it away in the trash. And now it will be worth over $350 million. He's been trying to search all over. You doing that on purpose? Yeah, you doing it on purpose. It's no clappies. So what I'm going to do is actually show y'all the video, and we're going to come back and see what's my thoughts and what's your honest thoughts of what allegedly happened.
In 2013, a British man accidentally threw away a hard drive. It contained 7,500 Bitcoin. Fast forward to today, the crypto inside that hard drive is worth more than $350 million. His name is James Howells. He's an IT worker from Wales. Over the past 8 years, he's been on a mission to find that hard drive by digging through his local dump. But so far, no luck. He once told NBC News, quote, "It is soul-destroying, to be honest. Every second of the day, I am thinking about what could have been." In a last-ditch effort earlier this year, Howells offered his local town tens of millions of dollars to help him find it. In a recent interview with The New Yorker, he said, quote, "I still hope and feel it can be done. And as long as I feel that, I will keep trying." The journalist who interviewed him now, DT Max, staff writer for The New Yorker. He's also an author. DT, thanks. Great to have you here tonight. So he has hope, or he thinks he has hope, but is there really any hope he's going to recover this Bitcoin?
Yeah, I think there's hope. I mean, there's two questions. Is the drive in a condition where it can be read? And will the town ever let him do the digging to unearth the drive? He's gotten a fairly positive response from experts on the first of those two questions. But, as to what the town will do, that's really hard to say.
Why wouldn't the town be in favor of this? What could possibly be the issue if he's willing to volunteer money and there's global attention on this effort to help this poor guy recover his millions?
Well, I mean, that's always a hard question when a bureaucracy says no, but their stated reasons are, well, one, the ecological damage from digging and throwing all that garbage, pulling all that garbage back out of the earth. Two, interesting question, how do you even know that hard drive was in your garbage when you threw it out? Where's your proof? And then three, and this is more bureaucratic, well, we don't actually have a permit to unearth what we bury, so we can't do it for you. Reminds me of a New Yorker cartoon from the 90s, now become quite famous, where there's a guy on the phone and he's talking to some business date, and he has his date book out, and he says to him, "How's never? Is never good for you?"
I mean, maybe there's more to the story, but I would love to see a global diplomatic effort to, just send people to this town and please let the guy dig through the trash. How many people are begging to dig through trash anyway? This does raise a bigger issue for crypto. There are some people advocating for a better way to recover lost Bitcoin. Do you see that happening?
Well, the problem with that is at the very essence, the reason people want Bitcoin is you can't trace it, right? So if you give people a backup that's outside of their own control, so for instance, you have an offline wallet. I mean, what James had is he had it on his hard drive. People don't really do that anymore because of, fear of hacking. But a lot of people keep it in an offline wallet. And the problem is if you lose your key or your recovery seed words, like nobody else has the ability to get in there. And if they did, it wouldn't be secure. I mean, that's James's point. In the article, one thing that he says is like he wouldn't want any other system in place because then he wouldn't have wanted the Bitcoin in the first place.
Absolutely. It gets right to the heart of both its appeal and its frustration. Right. DT, thanks for chronicling it for us tonight. We appreciate it.
All right. Let's first call some red flags. The first red flag is I went back. If you looked at Bitcoin in 2013, it was around $100 a coin. 7,500 Bitcoin would have been 7,500 times 100, and that is $750,000 worth of crypto. So you're already really a millionaire, but he's 28. I don't believe you had $1 million worth in Bitcoin. Now, when I read one of the articles, he said he was one of the first 5 Bitcoin miners, meaning he was like one of the people that used his computer to mine Bitcoin and they gave him free Bitcoin in return. So, you know, if y'all can do more research on that, because I don't necessarily believe that, but if that's the case, brother, you are not getting that money back. I'm sorry. Listen to your boy. That money is gone. Think of this, 8 years ago, you threw something in the trash, you had floods, it's in the dirt, like, even if you did, are you boo-booing? Did you come on my channel to boo-boo? Intermission, please. No, if I'm the city, brother, I'm not letting you dig, and we don't even believe that you had this as no proof, then the risk is not worth the reward. Yes, you'll be willing to give people $50 million. Yes, but you're not going to find it. I'm sorry to be the one to bear the bad news. You ain't finding that. Now, as somebody that's been involved with Bitcoin for a long time and cryptocurrency, I have lost. Same thing. I didn't lose no crazy money like that, but I invested in so many small coins. I think waves and different stuff when they first started and got thousands of tokens. And I don't remember the code. I can't find it. I don't got the notes, because you got to think, when they told me to write down this 12 word password, I didn't do that. Did you? Are you going to write down the password? Well, I wrote it down. I'm just not, between moving and you're not going to find all of that. So probably in my Poloniex, I probably still got some crypto. I'm actually going to check tonight. Bittrex, I had some crypto. It was a gambling one. I lost my wallet. I think it was Wager. I got to check the price of Wager. So I did the same thing. I wouldn't do it now. I want to know in the comments, what are your thoughts? I'm going to show you guys an interview that he did where you can actually hear from yourself. All right, say hasta luego.
That I believed I needed were already on my new computer. The drive was in a drawer on its own after an incident with a previous laptop, and I thought that I'd taken off everything I needed.
Any hesitation, any moments before you chucked it in with the boxes and the bottles to bring down?
As soon as I put it in the bin at home, I had a second thought, in the back of my mind. You've never thrown a hard drive out before. Why start now? You shouldn't do this, sort of thing. A little demon in the back of my head, sort of thing. But yeah, I didn't take it out. It stayed in the bin, and then came down to the landfill site here with the other bags that I brought. You
brought the bags down, you threw them in there, didn't think twice before driving off. When did the penny drop that actually what you'd thrown away was worth a fortune?
When I started to hear stories of the Silk Road shut down, and obviously other individuals making their profits and their millions, the penny dropped then, that I had 7,500 bitcoins on a hard drive that I'd thrown out a few months ago.
So for people who don't understand virtual currencies, they wouldn't have thought it's a problem throwing away a hard drive. But to get your money, you would need that hard drive.
Yeah, there's a specific file on that hard drive called a wallet file, which the Bitcoin is stored in. And without that file, there is no way of getting the money back, because there is no central server that records a log of it.
You've spoken to the manager here. They've been very nice to you. They've driven you around, but they've warned you there's absolutely zero chance of finding it.
Basically, yeah. I came down yesterday morning to find out what the process was. I thought that maybe the individual bags may have been sorted, and that the actual drive itself may have been, put aside into a, computer waste bin that I could maybe look through. But when I arrived yesterday, they basically told me that anything that goes into the household scrap bin is compressed and buried.
James, I'm sure there's an awful lot of people feeling for you right now. How do you feel stood here?
Well, absolutely devastated, as you can imagine. I just wish I could go back in time and not throw that drive away.
Trying to hide from Daddy. Tell the people to like and subscribe now. Tell the people to like and subscribe right now. Thank you.